Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. As we get closer to the release of Legends ZA, today we got 8 minutes of brand new gameplay footage. We're going to go through it as well as all of the information that we got from the other content creators around the world that attended a recent hands-on demo event of Legends ZA. Primarily, we were using all of the information that was provided by Cerebi Joe. Joe provided a huge transcript. That'll be linked down in the description if you want to go through the full thing, get a whole picture of his experience. And the video that we're going to be going over today is it's a media mashup. So it's been put together, it flips backwards and forwards, but it has been provided 8 minutes of Pokemon Legends ZA footage by Nintendo World. So this is the one that we're going to be using for today's video. Like I say, the footage itself does jump about a little bit, but I'm going to try and talk over the top with some points that we've made from the information that we got from Joe's video, as well as that transcript and everything that we're going to see in here. So we'll just hit the play button. Trailer begins in Lumios during the day. We get some Banarian, then we move on to a Houndour encounter. There are going to be 2 of them there. It's interesting that Joe noted in their experience, if one Pokemon acknowledges you, spots you enraged, you start a battle with that one. If wild Pokemon around you at the time spot you, they will also join the battle. So you need to kind of pay attention to them. You can see the Houndour there attacking our player character. So I imagine a bit like Legends Arceus, if you're not paying attention and kind of handling the situation right, you can end up fainting and losing the Pokemon. Also worth noting as well that different Pokemon species interact differently depending on if they get enraged. If they see you, that means you're going to need to enter a battle and then weaken them, throw a Pokeball that way. Some are going to be skittish as well, like we saw in Legends Arceus, where if you spook them, if you don't approach them in the right way, then they will flee and you'll lose the opportunity to catch them. Interesting thing that was noted about the battles themselves, with how dynamic they are, you can actually use the objects around the city to kind of block attacks and make the battle a bit more advantageous in your respect. So it's not just about attacking and moving around, it's using your surroundings to your advantage. And you've got to be aware of those surroundings as well. There's a few occasions where attacks may have hit into a taxi that was parked up or a bin that was parked up, and it blocked the attack onto the opposing Pokemon. So again, you're going to have to keep in mind what your surroundings are in these dynamic battles when going in to face wild Pokemon, and also in the ZA Royale as well, where you're going to have opposing trainers with stronger Pokemon, I would imagine, most of the time, and they could get in behind objects that do block your way to victory. You can see here, this is a really cool part where we see that Alpha Houndoom in the background as well. And it was described as well that Alpha Pokemon generally are going to be a much higher level in and around the other wild Pokemon that are more common in these areas as well. That's a lot like Legends Arceus, where we had a general level for wild Pokemon, and the alphas in that same area are of a much higher level. So similar thing translating over to ZA. The other thing to note as well in the ZA Royale was that there seems to be a specific battle for each rank that you need to complete before you actually rank up. So almost like a boss fight of that rank. It'd be, I guess, some of the ranks will have like the gym leader boss fight, whereas others will just have stated battles that you'll need to go and beat certain trainers. And we'll get into one in a moment, because there is a one that's featured here that shows you the actual battle that you need to go up against. It also says not only are the battles quite dynamic, but the choices of moves quite dynamic with the Pokemon. Some Pokemon will come out, use Protect straight away, so you have to be quite strategic in the ways that you approach the battles against certain Pokemon as well. It's not just about always using the most super effective attack. It is actually thinking outside the box about the best ways to deal with the opponent Pokemon at all times. Get some more footage here of another ZA Royale battle against a random trainer. I think the common consensus was that the ZA battle trainers were pretty easy for the most part, because the team that they were given, the content creators were given to try this out, was a lot higher than the Pokemon that they were going up against, other than maybe the boss battle, I say, the one that you needed to do to actually rank up. So it'll be interesting to see when the game drops, if you hit that kind of point criteria. If you say you need 5,000 points, if you hit 5,000 points and you haven't complete that specific battle that's required for that rank, then does that prevent you from actually ranking up? I would imagine that might be the case. So there's still a lot to kind of get confirmation on, but that seems to be how it is working. So worth noting as well, there are other different tasks that you can complete in the ZA Royale that'll give you smaller amounts of points. So a lot like the Blueberry quests that you have in the Indigo Disc DLC, where you have certain tasks you can complete in-game, be this be using a super effective attack, picking up a knockout on a Pokemon, or anything along those lines to give you smaller amount of points so you can kind of contribute towards that next rank, get leveled up a bit quicker. And here is one of the battles that we're talking about, the specific battles that you need to complete in a rank to be able to level up. This is one against a restaurant owner. You see that has been complete, so we move up in rank. And that seems to be kind of a theme, that each rank has a boss fight like that almost. Then we get some footage of Mega Victory Bell, and we look at the Rogue Mega battles as well. These are meant to be pretty tough, I think, for the most part. You can imagine they would be another sort of wild boss battle, but just on a different level, as you kind of partnering Pokemon trainer helping you out in the battle to quell the Victory Bell. We learn about plus moves as well. We'll go back, talk about those here, get a bit more information on the plus moves themselves. Use plus moves as plus moves to increase their strength by draining some power from your Mega Ring. Only moves with a plus move mark can be used as plus moves. During battle, press the plus button before choosing a move to use, as it will use it as a plus move. While a Pokemon is Mega Evolved, its moves are automatically used as plus moves. So these are moves I'd imagine you acquire after like mastering a move. So like in Legends Arceus, once you've mastered the move, you get access to Agile and Strong Style of that move. I'd imagine the same thing would be said for the moves in Legends ZA. Once you've used it a number of times or whatever criteria you need, then you'll be able to access that. Once you use those plus attacks, though, you can see you can use them there. It's going to drain your Mega gauge. And that's also what you need to be doing during these fights, is running around the Mega Pokemon, collecting Mega Energy to power up that gauge, so then you can Mega Evolve and do a little bit more damage. Once you're Mega Evolved, all your moves automatically become plus moves, hitting that little bit harder. It's worth noting as well that the Victory Bell will target your player character during this battle. And we'll get into it a little bit more here. You'll see a very similar thing to what we saw in Legends Arceus, where the sides of the screen will start to go darker and darker and darker, and I'd imagine to the point of they'll turn red, and then if you take another attack, you'll faint. That's something that will happen in these, and I'd imagine in just normal gameplay as well. So you not only in these Mega Rogue battles have to avoid damage on your own Pokemon, manage your own Pokemon, you have to make sure that you're moving around as well. So you have to stay quite dynamic in battle, make sure that you're staying as healthy as possible, as well as your Pokemon, making the most out of Mega Pokemon. And here you can see the Lucario, once it has Mega Evolved, is hitting this Mega Rogue Absol for a lot more damage. We're noting as well that there are no Pokemon centers in the Wild Zones. So that is something that's been confirmed. To heal your Pokemon up in the Wild Zones, you have to use the cafes, you have to use items to heal your Pokemon up. All the Pokemon centers are located outside of these areas. And Judd did state, didn't come across a shiny Pokemon, but had third-party information that we would be happy about the result of shiny Pokemon, kind of giving us the indication that the shiny Sparkles, the shiny Sound will be back in Legends ZA, which I am, for one, very, very happy with. So a few more things. Status Condition has returned in this game. It will act a lot like it did in Legends Arceus. It will only last a certain amount of turns and then it will wear off. Sleep is not a status condition. It is drowsy in these games like Legends Arceus. And moves and evolutions are another thing to mention as well. So when a Pokemon can evolve in ZA, you'll do this from the summary screen. It'll level up, or it'll have the ability to evolve. It will be indicated in the summary screen. You'll be able to go into that summary screen and then choose to evolve it whenever you want. And the same can be done with moves. It'll learn moves as it levels up. You'll have to go into the summary screen to change the moves, and then you can do that and cater the moveset exactly as you want from the move list that it's got. And also worth noting as well, the day-night cycle. Joe said it was very similar to how it acted in Legends Arceus. So the day-night cycle in Legends Arceus ran for about 10 minutes between cycles. So very similar situation in Legends ZA, where all of a sudden it'll just turn to night and the battle royale begin, and then that'll go on for a while, and then it'll finish, and then it'll be back to day again. So these cycles seem to come around very quickly. If it's anything like Legends Arceus, like I said, it'll be like 10 minutes between cycles. I wonder if there is a way to kind of fast travel to nighttime. You would imagine there will be. probably at the hotel, a bit like how we use the camps and things like that in Legends Arceus. But that is everything that we got, that 8 minutes of footage. A lot of information on top of that from Joe as well. So like I've said, Joe's transcript will be down in the description if you want to take a look at that, closer look at all of the details, his experience from that hands-on experience. And we'll leave it there. If there's any further updates in the lead up to ZA dropping, I will let you know as soon as possible. We know from the Japan trailer that we got last time around the Direct that they stated that it was the final Legends ZA trailer. So I don't expect us to get any new megas or anything like that announced. But on the off chance we do, hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications so you don't miss them when they go live. Till next time, friends, take care of yourselves and bye-bye.